Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Let's continue where we left off with our encirclement and stuff. I actually think that for this turn I'll probably not need any recon since I will not be doing a whole lot of advancing. I will basically just consolidate trying to get this pocket and stuff. That's pretty much about it. I'll try to get these tank corps. But I'll leave it at that. So the only area I need to know whether there are units in there. So what I'll do is I will only go for some recon over in this small area. And basically 3. This will be enough. Units. These guys will just be fine. Confirm. I also only need to see whether there are units there to see if I can actually, create that smaller area and then I'll hold it along the river there. That's pretty much it. So nothing too serious, but I will also, like I said, not really be advancing, so I don't really need to see what the Soviets are doing in a way. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, they have one other tank unit there. There we go. Alright. What I'm gonna start doing though is I'm gonna start down here, getting rid of that cavalry. Alright, I'm just clearing the pockets first, so to say. So there's that. See what I can do. Okay. Seems like they're also coming in with some planes. Fine. Let's not... Yeah, let's actually use all of them. Alright, nice. Let's see though what I got here. Get rid of them. Especially in those areas where they have level 3 fortifications, it's a bit tricky. So I certainly do want to be careful to eliminate them. And not use the Panzer Division though. It wasn't that big of a pocket, but every little bit helps. Cannot attack from this side. I don't think this would succeed. But... you never know until you try, I guess. Yeah. Oh, it did. Huh. Okay, and that means that it's also time to get some of these guys out. So, units like the 13th Panzer Division, I'll send them to Kursk for this turn. Put them on refit. They're not going to do anything now, but it means I'm going to take out the 41st Motorized Corps from that position and move them straight down here. They'll be going away over the next couple of turns. If I can't do it with this, I just have no way of getting in there right now. Yeah, it takes 4. So I certainly ain't doing that. That doesn't actually help. Yeah, I have no movement points to clear that unit right now through any means. I could use these, but I don't want to give up 10 panzers in order to liquidate that one unit. There's just no way I'm gonna do that. I'll reorganize this a bit. Some of these guys also, they do need to rest and refit anyway. I'll try to consolidate that too into one unit, but these cannot move. There's nothing to be done extra there then, but at least I've shortened my lines a little bit. Then I can soon redeploy these units from 3rd Panzer. Again, their main priority is going to be Tula at some point anyway, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's work on the rail bit here. So I was gonna make this 2nd line further up north. This way, this will be the 2nd line indeed, 2nd rail line going in there. Seeing as, yeah, we currently only have like the Scuff rail line, and then there's this other one going up, but I rather would get a little bit more. It's a shame I still don't have those parts, but we're getting to it. It's just that there is a lot of work to be done, as usual, on the rail, everywhere. And alright, yeah, I only need this one part going to Warsaw still, but getting the double rail is pretty useful, I think. Down here we have these units going into Kshinev. And bam. So I got that rail line. Let's take a look at the entire rail structure here, because this gives me a 2nd rail going to Odessa. Which is pretty decent. I think what I want to do is I want to work on this rail piece right here, and then get this rail line here for those units. So let's start getting you here. Now with this one, I think I'm gonna work on the Nikolaev-Zaporozhye rail line, I think, here. And then from there do this little piece, and then the Sevastopol part, I think. The only thing is that there's a rail line here which will be in priority 2, so it's a bit tricky whether I will actually get to Sevastopol ultimately, or that part. Maybe I should just only do the part to Sevastopol, and then from there send them to Rostov as a 2nd rail unit. That might actually be better. Let's do it. And then of course we have the last one, which is around here somewhere. Here, right. Now they're already fixing up that part, So at the very least, I want them to do this. This will allow me to get this double rail up from Kharkov to this area, which is good. I'll see what I'm gonna do with those guys now. But alright. Let's quickly take a peek at the other theater. So we have Western Europe 106, Norway 105, Finland 105, the garrison 108. Again. How powerful are you? 558, 336 infantry division. Thing is, I kind of felt like this is kind of like a static unit, but this is called static division. I have 7 too many. I can't send them, so they did arrive just now. I'll see. Anyway, Africa 1010, ground and air are high. Italy is okay at the moment. Balkans is also good. Alright, so that's not bad. Let's look at the Axis reserves here. I don't have any tanks that would qualify. I guess these guys would. They have a lot of Panzer T-38s. Let's send these actually to the map. This is Storm Infantry Battalion. No. Oh, got some siege mortar batteries. Let's get them to the map. Marine flag, I cannot move those, but I do have some additional flak to send to the map. A Stuck battery. Quite a lot of Stuck batteries, actually. So let's do that. Bam, bam, bam. Do like my Stuck batteries. They're all Stuck 3Bs. But I find them to be quite useful. Ooh, 3F is an anti-tank unit, actually. Yeah, I call it assault gun, right? Compensate go on as well. Then how would they call the Bs? Also assault guns? Okay, they're short barreled. Yeah. It's they might be missing support. Oh, that's weird. They're both at 100%, so then what are they missing? Nothing I would guess, but... Or it's just one damage took? Ah, that's a problem. They are all okay, so I cannot send anything anymore. Lair Panzer... They're missing light armored cars and armored cars, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. Let's go to the map here, and let's see what we can do. So... Let's start with 18th Army, and I do think I cannot attack with everything, but what I'm gonna do, this is part of the Blue Infantry Division. And this is 21st. So if I want to move the Blue Infantry Division, kinda gonna have to lay that off. That's the third part. And I'm gonna attack with the rest. Except for this 1, 2, just 3, that's 9. It's actually not that great of an attack, really. But as long as they do stuff like that... I'm quite confused as to... Like, this is obviously just a sideshow, and I kind of don't care what's going on up here, but... Yeah. Cavalry is usually weak. Indeed it was. And I do like those attacks because it has pretty good odds for me. I really need to start working on this rail because I'm getting really far away from it again. As I did before. And very likely it's going to cost me a lot of trucks, so... What is this? Heavy woods too. The thing is, I mean, I know it sounds weird to deliberate so much as to whether I'm gonna move yet another hex in this area. If this is like 11, if I move both of them into that hex, I can probably shift over one hex. Ah, okay, I still got it. Down to 16. It's not such a great attack. Both of those are very weak, actually. So I'm gonna have to reorganize it, kind of. Let's see, though. The one thing... This is the 50th Corps. You're not part of it. You're 15, 15. These are at 9. The thing that I really want to do is I actually want to reorganize that unit. So I'm going to use that Finnish troop. Like this, and now these can go and refit here. And I'll see how that goes. If they don't get any more manpower next turn, I'm just gonna send them over to Leningrad. But the fact that they're, I mean, they're supposedly at 77, and that's all well and nice, but they need quite a bit of support, etc., which apparently I don't have yet. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm inching closer to Nebolochi here, which is probably a supply hub just like Tikfin, which also will be pretty hard to get to, I suppose. Let's just attack. 300. Wow. Yeah, I ain't getting in there, but that's not the point. Anyway, let's move down a little bit. So we did take that. Technically, we could take this, but I will attack this hex, though. Again, they did look to be quite a bit more powerful than I expected. But I'm actually gonna attack and rout them here. Yeah. Routing does tend to give a lot better results, and I was quite confident that they would rout on that attack there. It doesn't really matter that much, but it does cut off that rail line slightly down here. I don't think it has that big of an impact, but again, all of this is basically done by that single rail line there. So it should not be too great for the enemy. Now we'll take this here. And I am gonna attack here, so I'm gonna give my unit some additional support. Sure, that's 4,000 for a flag unit. That's a lot. Anyway, let's give him this stuff. I thought I had more engineers or pioneers here. Yeah, I do, under the 5th Corps. Alright, here also... Alright, I got them. It's not the very best of results ever. Not gonna lie. I feel somewhat comfortable doing that. Let's move you down so you can take that place. But for the moment, I'll do this. It's across the river. I don't think they're that inclined to attack at the moment. Like, I know I'm pretty weak there, but it's okay, I think. Let's move out the 36 motorized. So I'm gonna put them on the 16th Army for now, but it does mean that once again I've made it so that my line is shortened, and I really like getting better defenses around that area again. All of this is straight. It looked a lot worse here with the Russians really getting almost surrounding Tershok. They had both this and this, and it's at least looking slightly better now. And to that end, I'll split these guys up and move in here. They might attack. I can see that, but oh, I can just use the entire division. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. That was a bit of a mistake, but what I now need to do, this is the 57th Motorized Corps. Let's put you in the 57th Motorized, and then I'll put this under the 10th, right? Yeah, which I should do anyway. This is kind of weird. 10th. You're under the 1st Corps. Sure. I'll reorganize this army a little bit later. Let's see. For now, let's put you under the 10th. I'll probably reorganize these guys for a bit, and then there are a few units like this 183rd in Kalinin that is actually doing quite poorly. Just like the Politsai unit here, it's like 34%, which is really not good. So I kind of need to use the 36th motorized to get those units out, get them refitted, and then put the bank into the line. Because they're just not doing very well here. How about this Moscow Luftwaffe Jaeger regiment? Oh, 16th Army is already quite overburdened. Well, not overburdened. They can't take anything more. I have no reserves. For that entire front. That went fine. One more step closer to Chula. None of those can go and attack, but at the very least, I think I can get out the 129th. And both of these are strong enough to continue moving. Not necessarily against these. I would attack if these guys also would be doing okay. Fallschirmjägers. Let's actually put them back a bit. Let's get the 129th straight into Kaluga for some refitting. So how are you doing? They're at 80%. Like this as a unit is not doing very well. But I have a lot of units here which are not okay. Even now, really. Right. What I do need to do though is I need to get you back, you into Borodino for some refitting, and I'll plug it with the 18th motorized. That seems to be a fairly good deal for now. That's what I'm thinking. Sure. I even got one hex closer to Moscow. This hex, it's also gonna be very challenging to really like take it. They might even beat me out of this again, which it would not surprise me if they did, but I'm just very curious to see if I can take it. I would much appreciate if I can dig in along the river again, even here. If they get a few troops off of this, which is unlikely, but hey, you never know. So I cannot actually reinforce these at the moment. Do I have some infantry that could help with that? Anything at all? It's unlikely that I have something sent up there. Smolensk? No. I don't. Alright. That's fine. So I would like these guys to go and move into that direction. Ultimately, what can I do with these? So they cannot move up till here. Can you move in there? You also can't. So what I will do is also get you away and also put them on refit. I know they're not very close to one of these, but still it is better than anything else, and I hope they'll regain some of their combat readiness through this way. I'll just, you know, stick with my one unit out there. I know that these guys do look very weak, but I don't see them breaking through down there anyway. This is gonna need another turn before I can get those troops there and, you know, put them back. The Mindel, Luftwaffe Field Division, definitely needs to reorganize, so let's put those into Orel. On refit. They're doing exceptionally poorly. And if you ask me, I need a few more units there behind the lines as well that are going to refit close to Orel for the moment. Because let's actually see. Let's get at least 2 of them on Orel itself. I don't need to retake that hex necessarily, it's just that, yeah, I'll have to keep things like this to keep a straight line. I don't like that they're, again, close to cutting off this rail line here. That's quite bad. I might need a more powerful unit like that down here too. It's not as if I can just go ahead. Anyway, let's work on these two. So the interesting thing is, if I get into this hex here, I can cut off 2 pretty powerful rifle divisions, which also certainly would help my efforts in that area. But then I do need to get them there. One way to get them into that hex would be through this way. They are very weak, okay. A lot weaker than I had imagined. The fact that they only retreated is quite pathetic. All of them will go to 6, which kind of means I will have to do a soft attack. But these guys are so powerful, they might just pull it off. Okay. And then I kind of have to pray. Cannot even get them in there. I mean, I can get them in there. We'll see what happens. I don't think they're gonna hold. Can I move you across at least? I cannot. Wow. Talking about disappointing. So then... Neither... Yeah, I would be looking again at a soft attack on these. One thing I will do is get these out. That's a lot of planes that they lost. And if I... Okay, I cannot move you. Get rid of them too. Alright, this will give me also at least a little bit more space around this entire area. I'll move the Italians and put them under OKH. There we go. So there are a few things which need to be done now. First of all, at the very least, I need some units down there. These guys are relatively weak, so that's not really a problem. Just a bit sad I cannot find a way to get across there now. Okay. You're part of the 30th Corps. Actually, both of these look quite bad. And I'll place the 57th there. They're looking rather well. I think they can hold their own. And it does free up 2 more infantry divisions for refitting around this area and to move further down. Excuse me. They will refit, refit, refit. They're not on the front line, except I want you to go down. They are very likely going to be okay, I think, given the weak state that the enemy is in here. If they want to move up, they can be my guest. That's also fine. I don't need to pocket them this turn necessarily, but it does make things a little bit easier for me along the way. The most important thing is ultimately getting, you know, just further down, I suppose. But I also do need a lot of reorganization and stuff. Anyway, what I'll do is this core, I want to go put it down. Basically, I want to get those 2 units, the 68th and the 2nd Mountain Division, onto this hex and put them in refit mode as well. So again, they're at least off of the line and they can get those reinforcements, etc. The units down here they still also need to do a lot of reorganization, so it's going to be a constant battle between, you know, reorganizing and attacking, etc. as well. Just in general, it's a bit of a mess, that too. But we'll get there. Eventually. Now, this unit still needs to reorganize a bit more. Interestingly enough, again, they're at 80% TOE, suggesting, again, they're missing a whole lot of support, whereas they have almost all of the rifle squads that they needed. I think that's quite something. Very interesting. They are on the train, but let's get them off of the train. They're looking good now, but they need to reorganize as well. They need to refit. There we go. So let's do that. Of course, no major breakout down there. I'm inclined to send them down to start working on the Rostov double rail, given that there's not a lot that I can do here. But we'll see about it. Alright, I'll save the best probably for the next episode there. Let's just see for a sec how these guys are doing. They're also pretty decent on supplies now for the most part. So I'm actually quite happy about it. They're doing reasonable on the TOE. As I said, or I did say that the thing is for the Romanians as well is I think that there are too little reinforcements going around for all of them to, you know, kind of be in tip-top shape. So I am actually fine with having an entire Romanian army being down here and basically just being on the reorganization front. There seems to be one unit here, which is under the 4th Romanian Army. So it has to be under the 7th Romanian Corps, which is EU. Let's at the same time have a bit of a peek whether any of these guys are having additional support units by themselves, because that's definitely not what's supposed to be happening. So support units, so they don't. These guys do, that's why they're so powerful too. Oop. And you have that too. Of course, that was all well and fine when I had them at the front there, but now I kind of just want to divide all of those support units. And now, for example, this is all under the 4th Romanian here. I'm kind of inclined to just send all of these over to 4th, and then I'll divide them later on, because I'm not going to attack next turn anyway. So let's put this on lock, and I think that will just help me a little bit better. So this cavalry battalion should be under the 4th. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put everything under the 4th Army here. I'll just divide it afterwards. That seems to be an excellent choice, I think. At least on my part. And the thing is, some of these corps have nothing, so I also don't want to have that, basically. I really need to divide this properly. And I also want to take a look at the 3rd Romanian Army at the same time to see whether I can, you know, divide those up. Because it might also be that they also have way too much, but we'll see. There's nothing there. Alright, sweet. All in all, things are looking pretty good there. Yeah, I'll basically take care of that pocket on the next episode, and then basically there are a few small things that I want to do along the line between Oral and Kursk, but then probably that's going to be about it. I'm in a pretty decent position around here. I mean, I'm practically just 3 hexes away from Chula, but I do have to get a little bit further down from the south. If I can get these guys reinforced after a while, then I might be looking at another small encirclement here towards Gorbachevo and Plovsk before I'm going to be swinging towards Chula. I don't need to gather or encircle that many Russian forces there, because this is basically just a sideshow for what's happening down in the south. But capturing Chula would give me to 720 points, so it is one of those things that would make it a lot easier for me to ultimately secure victory. But we'll see how that goes. I did have some tanks around here somewhere, or I put them in Belgorod, basically. This Panzer regiment that is going to... I might get it under the 13th Panzer, because then I can indeed switch out some of the units that they have there. I'll see how that goes. I mean, they mostly have Panzer 3Js, they need to rest, etc. They're wildly exhausted, stuff like that. So we'll see how these things go. Anyway, for now, I want to thank you all for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.